I got with me Frankie, Kev, Auntie Retta, and Celine. How y'all doing today?
Good.
That ain't my auntie. I don't know that woman.
Don't start.
Like,
You gonna
comment,
make
and
me some
subscribe.
pancakes?
I got you.
Auntie Retta, what the Chris at?
You grits.
Well, I want some
Okay, I don't
grits.
like
Oatmeal, bruh. We oatmeal, bruh. We oatmeal.
Oh man, that's too
Y'all asking for a lot. I'm the rich auntie that bring a bottle
Girl,
of
First
wine.
of all,
Pancakes and
forget
grits,
them
that's
because
a
I
lot.
asked first.
Hold on, if you
Auntie.
auntie, me asking for that
Auntie.
oatmeal ain't no problem. You're gonna get it delivered.
Oatmeal
Mhm.
take 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Bro, that's crazy.
Not the specificity. Okay.
Aunties of the day, can you make me something to eat? No, I got DoorDash for your ass though.
Man, oatmeal
And do-
really 90 seconds if you get that little pack.
Not
Bro.
the instant pack.
I'm dead. You gotta get the one
not
out
the
of the
instant,
bowl where
but
you gotta actually take
the
the drink.
little pouch thing, the little like they used to put cereal in, like the little small ones. Like they got it for oatmeal too. Like you just add
Yeah.
water and then throw it in the microwave.
Instant oatmeal, and that shit tastes like wet cardboard. My nigga.
No, that's not. No, it's literally flavor. It tastes like maple brown sugar. Like it's really good.
With the texture of wet cardboard.
You said it's cardboard with some maple brown sugar sprinkled in there.
Yeah, bro, you chewing that shit.
I'm gonna just tell you this much: you did not add enough water, sir.
Hell no, oh no, I just make mine in the pot. They come out perfect.
All right, I mean, if you want to be extra, that's fine. I'll just take my little 90 seconds and keep it pushing.
Okay, so
I'm at work.
Alfred, aren't you supposed to be keeping them in check?
Nah.
Alan's part of man. He
Very
knows
good.
that oatmeal in that little 90-second bag be tasting like wet cardboard. Cut up paper and shit, man. Eating
What
confetti,
the
bro.
Paper mache? That's what you're talking about?
No confetti.
Confetti? That's wild, man. But anyway, so we're here today to talk about Dave Chappelle and Netflix. So I guess first thing is, what are
They
your
mad.
thoughts on? Oh my god,
They
what are your
mad.
thoughts on Dave Chappelle's special? Like, just really quick, just pump it or dump it. You know what I'm saying? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you not like it?
I feel like it gave Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, it did Dave Chappelle.
It gave Dave Chappelle. It gave
Yeah.
what it was supposed to give. Okay,
I think the first joke he told was, and I was like, "That's Dave Chappelle, bro. That's Dave Chappelle for you."
Wow, did you just say that?
Hey man, I'm using it in reference.
Oh, like
In reference, I'm using it in reference. Dave Chappelle did it on stage on Netflix. I don't care, man. I'll use it in
They
reference.
don't care.
They don't care. They let him. Hey man, they let him say it.
It's okay. You can label this episode Kev uses the hard R.
It's in reference.
It was the ER for me.
Bro, but is that not what that man be saying? He be saying that.
I mean,
ER.
that's cool that he's.
I just wasn't expecting
we gotta
you to
repost
say it.
He
All it
prepares
is.
us. He sets us up for him saying it, but you didn't prepare us.
You just said it.
I'm just saying that's Dave Chappelle. She said it was Dave Chappelle. That is Dave Chappelle. He gonna say an N-word joke. He got a skit where he got a white family, man, and it's black and white, and the white family name is the Negars, but it's pronounced hard R. and then the daughter come home, she like, hey, she's dating that new Nick boy from the school, and they like, oh no, he's white, he's over. Oh, okay, thank God. I was like, bro, what the fuck? That's the type of humor he does, man. So
Dave Chappelle get in the uncomfortable spots where a lot of people like now are afraid to go. But my thing is, like, back in the day, back in the 90s and stuff, I mean, like Eddie Murphy, for example.
Paul Mooney, boy.
Paul Mooney, oh my God. Oh my
Absolutely.
God. R.I.P. Paul Mooney, rest in peace, man. My
Paul
God.
Mooney was wild.
He said some outlandish shit and got away
What?
with it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm sorry, but the LGBTQ community would shit a brick if Paul Mooney was doing comedy right now, like, or Eddie Murphy back in the 90s doing comedy right now.
It'd be real funny too, because apparently Paul Mooney was gay, they say, or some shit like that. He would have been part of the LGBT
and
community.
still would have been cracking on it.
Yeah,
and
they would have canceled him. He's no longer an ally. He's not one of us.
No, literally.
Oh.
But I guess I'll get started. Oh, I'm like,
everybody else ain't really. No, I loved it. Celine, can everybody else share their opinion?
Oh, my bad. Oh.
Can you share your opinion? Come on, Retta. Do a deep dive.
My bad. Look, let me mute my mic.
She just shut Celine down, man. Celine was doing a good job. She just shut
her
down.
I did not shut Celine down. I was trying to slide it. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't even do anything today.
Alan just sitting there smiling the whole time, man.
Jeez,
what are you looking at,
okay?
bro?
Are you okay, Alan?
I'm letting you guys talk.
Alan watching porn.
Yeah. Let me share this screen.
Go ahead and throw it up there, man.
I'm scared for him to share his screen.
Okay, so I personally.
It's Retta's turn.
Yeah, Sharetta ain't good. Sharetta since you want to cut people off and shut them down, Sharetta, speak your piece.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I agree with Celine. Dave Chappelle do he was supposed to do. He makes people feel uncomfortable. It was awesome. They're not going to cancel him. He already got his money for it. Netflix not taking it down. They need to be paid back. People who say that he was awful towards that community or towards transgender people did not watch the full special. He talked a great deal about his connection to people that he knew that was a part of that community, and I love that. I think that he loves all people, and that he literally just takes that information that makes people uncomfortable and uses that to highlight those things. And I agree. I think his main message is just that, you know, their community has been able to get way further in a shorter amount of time than we have been able to for equality of Black people. And I agree with that. I mean, like, it's been a long time, and they kind of zoomed past it, and he just wants to.
Because some of them are white. That's what it is. Like, that is what it is. Like, if all gay people,
not just white, white men. White men.
We're doing it again.
But still, if everybody in that community was a person of color and there was no white people, bruh, they be super getting trashed on.
Obama wouldn't have backed them. Let me start with that's all I had to say. That was it.
Straight up. Like, hey, Obama, I ain't forgot you didn't do nothing for us, but you did something for them.
He did. On his first term, he didn't back them, and then the second year he had a change of heart. Nah, they gave you some money, nigga. That's what happened.
Barack Obama to you. Celine says, "Thanks, Obama. Thanks."
What he said.
Thanks.
Sarcastic.
That's all.
Don't forget these.
That's all politicians, though. They gonna support whoever gives them some money.
He said, "Change."
Tell me about
change is coming. Boy, that nigga got up there and was talking about change with his Martin Luther King voice too. Boy, he had everybody believing in his ass.
He got up there singing. That's what got us.
Change.
Hey,
man,
he's
going off though.
President. He said
that nigga Obama had me inspired, man. He's talking, good shit. I was like, damn, I think I want to get a career in politics.
Dude pulled out the
footsteps.
They was pressed. They was literally making whole deep dives over why he was in a khaki suit. I'm like, yo, man, he was that fresh.
But back to the Dave Chappelle thing. I want to know, what is y'all's opinions? Because I don't know if y'all heard, but there was a trans like walkout at Netflix that were, they were against the special getting released. They wanted to like, they fucking walked in or some shit. I guess they went to like the top manager in his office and tried to stage to walk out or something, and they ended up getting fired.
I was like, they gonna replace their ass. Yeah. What you mean?
So to get full context, so the employees, the reason why they were initially suspended, because people thought they were suspended because they sent out an internal email, whatever it was. No, that wasn't even a part of it. They showed up to 3 executive board meetings trying to like show that they matter or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, what are y'all doing here? Like, get out this meeting. And security kept having to push them out. And then by the third time, they were like, keep your ass at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you stage a walkout from home. Like, I want to see you do it. Stage a walkout from home. You already did
I
it.
didn't hear about this.
Yeah. Somebody, they say one of the trans employees leaked some data or some shit. They actually, they go specifically. They're like a black trans employee leaked some data.
Yeah, leaked some data. It was, I mean, it was what it was. But at the same time, I just don't get what they wanted to see. Like, I mean, okay, I get it. They wanted Netflix to pull the special. But you realize in mass, most people like the special.
Mm-hmm.
Even some people of the LGBTQ community,
like
the special. So
yeah, I've seen
like, to me, they don't live and let live, and that's the problem. Mm-hmm. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Have fun doing you. I may not agree with you, but I'm gonna let you have fun doing you.
Yeah,
that's just how life goes.
I just don't know.
Meat and I don't eat meat, I'm not gonna chastise you about eating meat. Right. I'm not gonna kick you in the butt about eating meat. I'm gonna let you eat your meat, and I'm gonna not eat my meat over here. Like, just live and let live. Like,
I don't know why the fuck they thought
impress on somebody.
Bro, they thought they were gonna go in there and like, what did they think was gonna happen? Netflix would take down the special when they paid Dave Chappelle $24 million. I don't know how many employees organized this walkout, but that shit is probably more than all of their salaries times 10 for like 10 years. Probably more than
Dave Chappelle, like,
it's like they thought they were gonna take Dave Chappelle's special down. Like, no offense, but for your ass, like, yeah, you're trans. We get it. You don't like it. You think it's offensive, but it's like, bro, majority rules.
I mean, all they did was prove his point. Like, that's really what it is.
Well,
they really did.
From the special.
I didn't see him actually say anything that was like straight up offensive, man.
But that's the thing. People was only coattail riding people that said it was offensive and didn't even watch it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They was just coattailing. So they don't even know if he said anything offensive because they haven't even taken the time out to watch the whole thing either. Mm-hmm. You'll have people that maybe have seen snippets of it or, you know, one little sentence, two little sentences.
And if you edit it the right way,
if you edit it the right way, it'll make
post it up. It may sound like you probably said something if you didn't hear the before and after.
Right.
Yeah. Well, one thing I really want to get on, since you're saying that people only take the tidbits and they kind of go with that, a lot of people I've seen have neglected to mention the story he was talking about his friend Daphne. You know, how she defended him and the trans community dragged her, you know, and all this and that. Then she ended up, you know, killing herself. Like, I have actually went online specifically trying to find trans people online talking about that point, and I haven't really found any. And the few that I'll find a couple, but they don't really address what the fuck he's saying. They're just saying, oh, he's using his trans friend to try to blah blah blah. They don't actually go into the details that, like, it is visible. You can go to her Twitter. This woman was attacked violently all through Twitter. And this happened. They don't
by her own community.
Yeah, I think they're having a hard time grasping with that, because I think some of these people, they never think that they're to blame. Everyone's against them and everyone's the enemy, but they don't look at themselves and reflect that, hey, we bullied somebody and that could have influenced their decision.
I feel like for the level of,
but that's the same with all struggling. That's the same with all struggling.
Let's Smooth go first, and then you go, Retta.
Okay, so so for the level of vitriol that they have for people that they say offend them or whatever, I feel like it's more of a self-reflection of the vitriol and hatred they have for their own self, and they don't really accept themselves. Because anybody that I see that fully accepts themselves in that community did not find that offensive. But everyone that's not all the way accepting of themselves and they're too busy trying to prove a point, like, I'm this, I'm that, you know what I'm saying? Look at me, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like they get it all the way, and they get very angry as soon as anything offends them. But I feel like it's time for them as a community to do a little introspection and go, okay, why are we so mad when we
Insecure.
didn't even let them finish? Like we didn't even watch it. Like I don't like what was it? What was it? I was trying to I was arguing with some people on Twitter yesterday about Kevin and y'all, Frankie, y'all might remember this. So remember that Oklahoma City Thunder sports announcer that said like just in the regular course of the game, he said, hey, are you out? He's like, man, he's like Russell Westbrook, like after Russell Westbrook like did a dunk or like crazy layup, he's like, Russell Westbrook is out of his cotton picking mind. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, I'm like, okay, and like, okay, that's what he said. That's what he chose to say. And then a lot of people online were telling me like, no, that was very offensive. He's doing slavery, whatever. And mind you, the people that was telling me it weren't even black.
I know they were white.
I'm literally looking at them like, I'm like, yo, how are you gonna tell me this is offensive?
How
it's like the Pokemon thing I showed you.
I'm from Arkansas. Like I know this guy. That's not even something to get offended over.
Harris, Arkansas.
Okay, bro. Before we go all the way over to the Westbrook thing, what do you got to say, Retta?
Oh yeah, that was because I like this last little part. My bad.
Like
they were. It was that community. It was the community. It was LGBTQ community that was telling me that I should be offended.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's like that Pokemon thing using AAVE. Do any of y'all know what AAV is? AAVE?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Apparently, African American Vernacular English.
Oh,
we didn't even know this shit, bro.
I studied that.
Yeah, so like saying, "Oh, it's lit" or "It's busting in here." That's AAVE and smooth. Yeah, that's like when what's the face was using it,
Pokemon.
And then they was trying to say it's offensive to black folks because he said it's busting in here. It's like what? That's how people talk. Then on Twitter, you see a motherfucker. One of the first people replying to it. This person is white as hell. I'm telling you, and they gonna say, as an African American, I don't agree with this. I feel offended and shit. And then I just clicked on their profile because I was interested. I was like, this person white as fuck. They sitting there, they put everything they bio. I'm Mexican, black, all this, and then they serious about it. It's like they did a 23andMe and found out they were 2% black. Was like, what's up, nigga? Yeah.
All right, Retta, go ahead. Go ahead,
2%, nigga. Shit. As an African American, I don't like this shit. Y'all white folks need to stop it. I'm 2% black.
Well, you know, back in the day, 1/12 is all it took. But anyway, that's another story. First of all, starting here, Byron, how dare you assume that Alan and Kev are the only ones that remember that game? Because I definitely watched basketball, and I definitely was with my daddy when I watched that game. So don't just assume because we're females.
My fault.
Wave that finger some more. A little more violent.
Okay, my fault. Go ahead, Retta, though.
I mean, I didn't see it.
Secondly, if I hadn't seen it, I probably would have been less, you know. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about anyway, but since I had, and then we took it on with everything else. So I don't remember what else we was talking about. That was all I had.
Well,
yeah,
I forgot.
Well, I guess we'll wrap it up. So we'll start with Celine. Go ahead, Celine. Any last comments?
Celine, like, what's the question?
Oh, I'm like, did I miss something?
That's how I feel. I'm confused.
Well, no, you were saying something, and then Smooth was saying something at the same time. So I said, let Smooth go first, but then Smooth went on a soliloquy, and then it went to Oklahoma City, and and how people were telling him how to be offended, which I do get it.
I was trying to make a correlation between that community always getting upset about things for other people. Like I feel like it's go ahead.
Internet,
Get your thought back. Go ahead.
I remember. I got my thought back. But what I was going to say was, I feel like that is something that is seen in all communities that are struggling to try to fight for equality. Because some of the same points we're making now, you could address with the Black community. There's people who are insecure, who every time something happens, they're hollering that it's offensive. When sometimes you look at it and you're like, but we too attack our own people harsher than any other people.
That's why we call Candace Owens and Larry Elder them.
I feel like every community has that issue. Well, but also think about this though, and this is going to be probably problematic, but
go ahead.
There are certain points that Candace Owens has made that correlate to some of the same things that Dr. Umar was saying. When Dr. Umar said it, everybody praised it. That's why I sent that video.
Oh, you're talking about the one where Diddy did the thing with
he did the Revolt panel.
T.I., Candace Owens.
The Revolt Summit.
Yeah, the Revolt Summit. Oh my God.
So I'm not saying that I agree with everything that she says, but there are certain things I feel like because people had so much hate for her, it took away from the fact that there were certain things that she said that may have been harsh to hear, but when we heard it from other people that we already liked, it was easier for us to accept. So that was just
what you're saying is Dave Chappelle needs to employ LGBT people to say the shit that he's saying.
No,
wow.
I know, I'm joking. No, man. I'm kidding.
But that's the thing.
The
LGBTQ community, literally, like, if somebody, you could be saying the least of the least, but as soon as one LGBTQ person says that you're being transphobic, any homophobic, biphobic, whatever phobic,
like a swarm of
you
ants.
Getting slaughtered. And anybody that does not agree with the people that do agree with that thought get slaughtered along with them, even in their own community. They don't care who it is. If it's a do or die thing, like if you don't agree with me, like, it's beef. Like, and that's the thing I don't understand. It's like there's no agree to disagree with them, and it's like there has to be some type of area where it's like you got to realize, like, not everybody going to agree with every single decision that you say, or not everybody means anything harmful towards you. And last time I checked, phobic means fear. I'm not running away from my auntie that I grew up with my whole life. I'm not running away from my trans sister that I didn't grow up with. She grew up with her mom and stuff, but like that was the first person to hold my son. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just, I don't understand where it's like, I don't like meat. Do that make me meat phobic? Like,
I think what it is, a lot of people are stuck in their.
I don't know. Like, I'm confused.
All right. Well,
the meat metaphor.
Before we go to final things, I'm gonna kind of hijack what Kev was saying. I think you're kind of generalizing, because like Kev said, a lot of people are stuck in their ways. It's not just the trans community. I know Kev and I were talking earlier. It's people in every community. They'll attack their own for something that, like you said, something that they don't agree on. I think it might be a little more visible in the LGBTQ plus community, just because anyone could be in there. And I think so that's why, so you'll see, so everybody kind of looks at an inner working, because a lot of people, they know someone from that community and they're able to see it. Unlike, I still know people that like, they haven't met a Black person until like they're almost 18 years old. So a lot of that stuff is hidden on. So I do think it's every community that eats their own. It's not just that. I think it's just highlighted more, but you did make very, very good points. And sorry, Kev, I just took your point about people, they're stuck in their ways, and if you don't agree with it, they label it. But before we go with also the final points, and I guess we'll start with Kev first and then go down. I think with the special, a lot of people missed the point, because Dave Chappelle was actually identifying a lot of stuff that he saw, and he called himself transphobic. and he had phobic tendencies because he didn't know. And I think, unfortunately, with everybody in their short attention spans, they take little clips of it and they don't see it in context in the whole thing of him self-identifying, saying, "Hey, I've had these issues before. I'm actually working on them. Let's have some fun while I'm explaining to you what's wrong with everything." And how he doesn't agree that, you know, people, they're saying they're a minority until it benefits them, and then like, oh, but I'm also white, so now I'm not a minority, so give me these privileges. So I think they definitely missed the point of the special, and maybe it's because it was the tone. But yeah, they're not taking it down. It's number 3 on Netflix. People are still watching it.
Man, I'm fucking
ratings. Go ahead, Kev, take us home, and then we'll go down to Retta, Celine, and then we'll end with Smooth.
Man, look, we're in the age of the internet, okay? It is harder and harder every day for people to get a balanced perspective. And I guess now reality is in question, because I want to say they're like out of touch reality, but now it's like, what is reality? Kind of like what you were saying, Celine, all these people believe what they believe in and they think their way is the right way. Mm-hmm. I think it's harder for people to recognize that, because when they go online, they can find so many people that disagree with them, but they also find way more people that agree with them. They're going to go looking for people that agree with them. They're going to get stuck in that echo chamber, and they're going to think, I think it's a subconscious thing, because you see so many people agreeing with you, you think anyone who doesn't is just fucking wrong. Yeah. Like my side is the right side, the majority, but the majority that you think it is isn't actually a majority. It's just all that you're seeing because the shit you're paying attention to. So, I don't know, man. It's hard. I think this is why mental health is becoming more of an issue today. People are just fucking confused, man.
I can agree with that.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Retta.
It's definitely the age of information. And it's so much stuff out there that you don't know what to filter out. And I fear for the kids coming underneath us, because they are seeing it at a rate that we never saw it at their age. And it's going to be dangerous. It definitely is. I encourage Byron to come up with a good title for this episode, because I bet, and yeah, I'm gonna just say it. I bet if you put something in the title for this episode about the LGBTQ community, plus that's what we're talking about, this will have the highest views we've ever had. Mark my words. Because people are gonna want to know, oh, what are they talking about? Let's click on it. Especially because it's been such a hot topic right now.
We didn't say anything homophobic or transphobic, did we? That could be considered.
Look, things that I've said on Facebook before, and I got attacked. So I'm already pre-attacked on the stuff I've said today. So at this point, I don't give a damn.
Celine's ready for war.
That's how we got the interaction online. Celine was getting attacked.
Celine is prepped for war.
All right, Celine.
I'm ready. Fuck a war. Look, my thing is, I know who I am. God knows my heart, and the people that are around me personally know my heart. Okay, that's all that needs to know me. I don't give a damn about nobody that I'm never going to see in my entire life. Like, people really kind of take this internet shit way too serious sometimes. And it's like, you got to realize at some point that, oh, you know what? I'm going to use this as an example. Like, people get bold on the internet to the point where sometimes they do take that shit in real life. Like, they get bold in real life when they not really like that. Like, for example, this lady, I mean, y'all gonna call me crazy, whatever, but anyway, this lady, like, I wasn't really even having like the best morning. I had played like morning affirmations for some reason, and I was trying to get my day. I was just trying to get my day, just like lighten my heart or whatever, because I was just feeling heavy that day. And for some reason, like, this lady, like she cut me off, and she flicked me off, hunked at me from the front of me, and then pulls to the side, stops when she's turning, and like made it to a point to where I seen her do it, right? So I was like, you know what? Like, she going into Target. I got time. I'm about to pull over. I'm about to go into Target with her. And I ain't gonna lie. my first intentions was bad as hell. My first intentions was I'm gonna cuss this bitch out. But then, literally, like as I was getting out the car, as I was walking up to her, something literally, like I feel like God literally told me, like, tell her have a blessed day, like bless her. And well, she was walking around to the other side of the car. She was on the phone. She got off the phone as soon as she see me coming up. She didn't know what the fuck I was about to do. And she got a child in the car. And I'm literally like, I said, one thing I'm gonna tell you is, she was like, you were a lady behind me, you wouldn't let me over. I said, first of all, you didn't have no signal light on, ma'am. And I said, I would, you see, I let you over as soon as, you decided to cut me off anyway. So it is what it is. I said, but I hope you have a blessed day. And I hope your day is way better than what your morning was in that very moment. I said, but one thing for sure and two things for certain, you don't need to be doing stuff like that with a child in your car. I said, what if I was on the last leg of having a bad day and I went batshit crazy on your ass and you got your child in the car? And it's like, I said, I hope this is a wake up moment for you, because I really just genuinely, like, I want you to have a blessed day. Something put me on my heart to say that, because honestly, I did not have the right intentions following you up into this target. But I'm listening to morning affirmations this morning. I think that's what saved me cussing you out. But, like, have a really good day. And I hope that you think twice before you do stuff like that, because it's really real deal crazy people out here. And I bet you really not even like that.
How I feel about all of this is, like, one, like, we have to get back to a place. I feel like the pendulum is kind of swinging back now to where, like, people are starting to get less sensitive, because a lot of people are starting to see it for what it is, and it's just kind of stupid. Like all this canceling, like, I'm gonna cancel this person, I'm gonna cancel that person. It's honestly just stupid. Like it like, unless somebody's causing like actual physical harm, doing like saying something that's actually racist, something that's actually transphobic. Like, I'm like, where's this energy for, like, well, it was kind of there, but it wasn't there as long for like the John Gruden emails, like we just talked about. Like, that energy wasn't there for him. Like, I didn't see that. I didn't see a lot of people talking about that really, but you know what I'm saying? Not as many on Twitter like that. They didn't go ham. It wasn't the same community of people that was like Dave Chappelle when he trended. It said like 1.81 million tweets. Like, as soon as I clicked on it, I said, "Oh," and the special just barely came out. Like, it was only a little segment up. I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?"
It's not BLM no more. It's LGBTQ.
Right. But at the same time, like, when you have something like that, and there's like this actual proof, like, he just don't give a fuck, and you're just like, okay, well, all right, well, I hope they have him resign and get him about the NFL. I don't even care about the NFL, but you care about all this stuff, right? You care about people talking about you. You're like, if you're gonna make a cultural stand, then you got to make that stand consistently, and you got to keep that same energy for everybody. And it's exhausting. And you know what I'm saying? And you got to just admit you need to pick your battles better. Like, that's all. That's how I feel.
2-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up this episode of Homeroom with Smooth. Thank you for joining us. As always, thank you, Retta and Celine, for making an appearance. Kev, is always a pleasure. I'm Frankie. That's Smooth, and we're out.